Hello, hello. Welcome to Inklings with Irena, the weekly energy show connecting you to your intuitive guidance system. And today I want to talk about an interesting topic, one that sometimes causes discomfort during an empath's decision-making process. Is there ever a worry or a wonder about, are they going to laugh? Are they going to laugh? Are they going to understand why I made the choice that I did? I found both for myself and for many of my clients that our decision-making process as a big feeler, as an empath, isn't always logical. And logical people looking in, who are very much based in reason, might catch us and say, oh my God, why would you do something like that? That's so stupid. You already spent the money, you already did this, just go ahead and complete the task, just finish it. But something deep down inside, there's this knowing, this understanding that something's off. So I want to talk about that today and share some stories with you to help you on your journey. If we haven't met yet, my name is Irena Miller and I'm an intuitive energy guide, and I've been playing in this world of energy and yoga for over 20 years, guiding big-hearted empathic feelers on a journey to learn how to strengthen their intuitive muscles, to trust their instincts, and to make decisions based on that. I have a background in decision sciences and management information systems, so I have that logical side present, but I very much rely on a blend of the logical and the intuitive. So let's dive in, and let me even start there with that timeline. It's not all about being psychic or not psychic, intuitive or not intuitive, or having all the facts in front of you. It's really a blending, and any empath or intuitive is going to become aware over time that it's not an all or nothing experience. It's very linear in the sense of there's a point where we have a certain amount of facts that we gathered, either from life experience, from study, from practicum. We have a certain set of facts that we know. Then there's the other end of the spectrum. We absolutely have no idea whatsoever. It's kind of the space where miracles can occur. Now, in between on that spectrum, we have right down the line from having all the facts, intuition, or those feelings or nudges, like something kind of off, like those two, they gave each other a look. Something's going on there that I'm not fully aware about and I need to find out more. Or there's that feeling of, don't go to the store right now, wait and go a little bit later. So there's this intuition, or call your friend right now, and you call and you find out they've been thinking about you. So there's that intuitive side where we might have some facts. Maybe we know our friend's been lonely, or maybe we know the store is busy at a certain time, but we get that intuitive push to take action. Then there's the realm of just psychic knowing, where information comes to us and we just have no idea where. We have no facts to base anything on. We just get a knowing and we take action based on that. So on the spectrum, what happens from having all the facts to having a feeling or a nudge, an intuitive hit or inkling, to those psychic experiences to just plain old miracles, we're usually operating somewhere kind of like with a mix of all four experiences. Sometimes we'll lean more towards logical, but sometimes it'll just be, wow, I have no idea how I know this, I just know. So I want to share with you some stories of these experiences, because maybe you've had them yourself and you thought, if anybody finds out I ever did this, they're gonna think I'm crazy. But I'm here to let you know you're not crazy. There are others out there who have been experiencing this. So for example, if you've ever had that momentary feeling of, I've paid for this hotel room on the road. I've had a client who's experienced this herself. She's on an adventure traveling, and she drove up to the hotel and got this anxious feeling and decided, hey, I'm not going to stay here. It just doesn't feel right. Something feels off. At that point, she couldn't get a refund for her hotel. Her next stop was a 3 or 4 hour drive away. And she decided, you know what? I'm going to trust my intuition and I'm not going to stop here. She kept on driving. And anyone else that she told that to, she was sharing it with me, might think that she's absolutely out of her mind because she's incurred that cost. She has to pay for that hotel room. But I applaud her for her trusting her intuition. She knew something was off and she didn't stop. So, if you've ever had a feeling that you've trusted that doesn't seem logic based, give me a little emoji in the comments below, because we're not alone. I have another client who moved heaven and earth to move to a tropical paradise, literally, because she loves swimming in the ocean. And now that she's there is a certain aversion to going in the water. And she's not 100% sure why yet, but there's something that's keeping her from going swimming at this moment in time. But she's trusting that intuitive hit. She's trusting those feelings, and she's taking her time. When the moment is right, when the timing is right, she'll get back into the water. And in these moments where we make decisions based on our feelings, we may not always have the answer to the end of the story come into revelation, or we might. I have another client who got a bad feeling about a doctor, and came into light later on that they were not on the up and up, this particular doctor, when they went for a physical checkup. So her intuitive feelings were coming from a genuine place. So we may sometimes get those answers in the end, but we may not. The most important thing is that you cultivate a relationship with your inner guidance system, those intuitive hits, to know, when am I just blowing this out of proportion, and when should I take action? When is this a true intuitive hit that really is somehow me, like my spidey senses, you could call it, picking up on something's off in the air, something's not quite right here, I need to leave, or just a knowing that somebody isn't sharing all of the information with you. How do you develop that strength, that knowing? Well, it starts with everyday little things. It's saying, okay, like when you wake up in the morning, one thing you can do is say, all right, what color do I feel like wearing? It's amazing how the colors that we're drawn to are a reflection of the dominant colors in our energy field. Maybe one day you feel like orange, and that's a real representation of your creativity. You might find you're very creative that day. Or maybe you're drawn to yellow and you realize, I need a boost of courage today, a little pick-me-up to really believe in myself. Or maybe it's green for healing and compassion. But notice in the morning, what color do I feel like? And that's a good way to strengthen your intuition. Another way or methodology is to simply sit in the quiet for about 5 minutes, just listening to your breath. There's no agenda. There's no, I'm going to meditate, or I'm going to do this mantra or this guided meditation. It's no, just simply sit away, unplugged from the noise for about 5 minutes. You can listen to your breath and just simply have that quiet time to feed your spirit. And then finally, you can do something like muscle testing to check in. And there's a lot of different ways to muscle test. You could even use a pendulum to say, okay, is it in my highest and best interest to eat this for lunch or eat that for lunch? Right? Simple decisions or choices that don't have a huge cost to us, whether it's an energetic cost or monetary cost. We start to realize those little decisions, everyday decisions, when we see that, oh, I chose the color that I felt really good in, or this became fun. My yoga class that I taught years ago, my studio, I had a couple classes where everybody would show up in the same color, or we'd do complementary colors, and it became like a running joke. But I said, okay guys, tune in and see, what color do you feel like wearing today for the class? And inevitably, we all showed up in the same color or in complementary colors. We got very advanced with that. So you get confirmation for your choices, or you get confirmation, should I call my friend now or later? And you can muscle test that. You get that confirmation of, you call your friend and they say, oh my God, how did you know? I so needed to hear from you in this moment. Those everyday practices, which I share in my free Facebook group, in my group program, the Intuitive Energy Adventure, where we meet live every other weekend to do those in-depth energy tune-ups. These are moments where I offer ways to help you strengthen that intuitive muscle. But even if you were to just incorporate the 3 things I mentioned to you now, you're going to find that it makes a lot let me say it this way, you're going to find you have a lot more confidence making these decisions and not beating yourself up for them when you are going on these intuitive hits. It doesn't always have to have logic behind it. Logic is great, facts are great, I'm definitely all about that. That was my degree, that's what I studied in school, but I also know the power of intuition. We can make data say a lot of different things. And there's a lot of intuition when it comes to reading data and facts as well. So thank you for joining me. Please come join the fun over in my free Facebook group and be around a group of people who get that you might choose something based on a color. I always giggle because I like to choose teams based on colors or sometimes cars. But yeah, come join the fun. I would love to have you. Simply click on the link and join the conversation. All right, I'll catch you guys all on the flip side. Mwah. Bye.